Hi, I'm J.R. Daeschner, and this is a clip of my appearance on the This Morning show with Fern and Phil, alongside, bizarrely enough, an extreme ironer, someone who I'd never met, and in fact I know nothing about extreme ironing. Then again, I don't know anything about lawnmower racing, and one of the producers said, we need you to talk about lawnmower racing, So I called up a friend who did. I phoned a friend, and they sort of gave me the lowdown very quickly, and so I had to speak authoritatively about a sport I know nothing about. It was quite funny too. The extreme ironer was really kind of unimpressed about being on TV. You know, we were in the green room, he was watching the show, he said, "Daytime TV is so rubbish. Daytime TV is so rubbish." And he'd actually managed to get a fee out of it, and I think he got a night in a hotel room. Me, I was just happy to be there.
If you've despaired at our failures to triumph in the football and tennis arenas, then we are attempting to revive your national pride today. We've tracked down some of the country's unsung world champions who fly the flag for Great Britain. Did you know that we hold the world record for extreme ironing?
Or that we are the world champions at shin kicking. Or that we beat the Indians and the Thais to claim the World Cup in elephant polo.
We're joined now by writer J.R. Daeschner, who says there's a whole lot of other unusual sports that Brits are world-class at, plus Matt Scholl, who's a member of Britain's world champion extreme ironing team. First of all, J.R., I mean, you're sort of American.
That's right.
Yeah. So you must think that we're all mad over here.
Not quite, but it's an enchanting kind of madness. I first got interested in this when I came across shin kicking while on holiday in the Cotswolds, and I thought that just sounds like one of the most painful and infuriating sports ever invented. But of course, it's very popular in the Cotswolds. It's a key event at the Cotswold Olympics, which are England's very own Summer Olympics, and I think we can see some footage here as well.
You're allowed to stuff your trousers with straw.
That's exactly it. And you see they actually pull each other's shirts off occasionally as well, so they have topless shin kicking this year. This was this year's event.
You tried it yourself?
That's right, but unfortunately I didn't do so well, you know, so I was actually bitten by a British competitor, so there you go.
Quite
there
right
you go,
too.
An American who gets beaten by, yeah.
But it's the sort of game you don't want to win because you have to go on through all the rounds.
Well, I kind of worked that out. I didn't actually take a fall on purpose, but I did kind of work out that, you know, winning once meant you had to go through it again and again, and so I thought, but they have actually formed their own Shin Kicking Association of Britain, which is SCAB. SCAB with a K, and it's scab.co.uk, and it's an online petition to get shin kicking recognised as a proper Olympic sport in time for the London Olympics.
Which is a similar sort of thing to the ironing, Matt, isn't it? I mean, if we manage to get ironing into the Olympics, then quite obviously this is a sport that we will, without doubt, bring the gold back from.
Absolutely. I mean, the Olympics almost seems like it's biased against sports that we do well at. You know, things like shin kicking and extreme ironing just aren't involved in the Olympics at all. And it would make it much more Brit-friendly, I think, if we could put them in.
Where's the most extreme place that you've ironed?
Probably the most dangerous one was in an alligator pit in South Dakota with about 60-odd alligators and crocodiles watching me ironing. Then there was, you know, pictures of us in there where I'm watching these things out the corner of my eye, and yeah, it was quite, quite a strange place. That's Rivelin Needle near Sheffield in the Peak District. Lovely bit of rock and a superb place to go and take your board and your iron up with you.
And you're marked for not only the place where you are and the conditions you're ironing under, but the garments you have to iron and the creasing or
Oh, absolutely.
not.
The ironing is as important as the place where you're doing it.
Yes.
And,
How did you do this morning next door on the top of our building?
That was a good place to iron.
So it was a good place to iron?
Yeah, it's a beautiful view.
Right up the top of that?
Yep.
You weren't attacked by seagulls by any chance, were you up there?
No, I think it was too windy actually, they couldn't get very close.
Oh, that is very difficult to iron in that sort of wind, isn't it?
It was messy.
Look at that.
But this isn't a joke, this is a true sport.
Absolutely, yes.
And you would like it recognised in the Commonwealth and the Olympic Games.
Yes, we thought we'd start with the Commonwealth Games and then move on to the Olympics.
Well, I think there's one that you're interested in.
Well, yes, lawnmower racing.
Yes.
Which
right.
I think is fantastic.
Yes.
I mean, and this is taken very seriously. I mean, this is like a Le Mans style thing, isn't it, really?
Exactly. They have 3 changeovers, just like in Le Mans, and it's a 12-hour overnight race. It takes place in West Sussex. And apparently Oliver Reed used to do it, which I suppose explains why they take the blades out when they do it, because you wouldn't want to, you know, Ollie Reed sort of driving around.
But you could take a pit stop.
That's right, yeah, it's a full-on race. So, you know, I mean, earlier you were talking about Ken Livingstone trying to bring Formula One to London. I mean, they should start with something maybe more realistic.
And we're the leaders in that, with the world
That's right, yeah.
That's very good.
So there are plenty of
Bog snorkelling, of course.
That's right, yeah,
Yes.
that's another one I did. And I can't forget the other offshoot, which is mountain bike bog snorkeling.
Oh, yes.
So, but of course, this takes place in the middle of Wales.
Is that man on a bike?
No. But you're not allowed to use any recognised swimming stroke for that, are you?
Yeah, that's right. You're meant just to paddle. And it is, the kind of impressive thing about it is actually 60 yards long, the trench, so you are worn out by the end of it. Not only is it sort of filthy and disgusting, but it's actually pretty tiring as well.
Well, you see that. I mean, thank you guys so much for coming in. It sounds
something to be
fun.
proud
Elephant
of.
polo, we're world champions in as well. And beat the Indians. Personally, I'd rather we'd done it in the football, but never mind.
We're
That
rugby
is
world
good
champions
enough.
too.
Yeah.
So there we are. Thank you.